We have word today of a massive and violent bit of unrest that has unraveled at the world's largest iPhone factory inside of China. Now, this could very well cause a disruption in terms of things being made, things being shipped out, and fulfilling orders across the world. Now, what we do know at this point is people are ticked off because of a lot of things. One of the statements that was just put out by Foxconn says that workers are furious about their pay and living conditions, along with lockdowns and other restrictions that have been imposed on them. What we're learning is that certain new individuals and workers that came into this area basically signed a contract for work, and they're being told that they have to house or stay in the same areas as people that are infected, and it's causing all kinds of chaos. So at this point, on the heels of all this unrest, you're talking thousands and thousands taking to the streets here. China is restricting movement across this iPhone city. So this whole region, dubbed iPhone City, locked down. They're restricting movement. New restrictions come as they're saying that unrest erupted here with more than 200,000 workers involved. So a bunch of chaos popping off here with this. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll continue to update with more information as I get it. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for breaking info and hit that subscribe button for more. This has been Dabu7. Much love, y'all.
Hey, shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost,
I'm going to be eating a Chipotle burrito and testing it.
Salakia. I want to say shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the spirit. Once again, Dabu 7, massive violent unrest rocks world's largest iPhone factory in China. Perfect timing, right, for the holiday weekends. I mean, the holiday season. This holiday of Thanksgiving is actually in Esau's term, actually today, which it is 12:15 Central Standard Time. Basically, with this holiday season coming about and these global supply chain shortages and the halts to the economy due to inflation and mass outages and inclement weather and the duping of the dollar and the setting up of the CBDCs, this comes at a perfect time, all right? And this is prophecy happening all over the world because the scriptures go into uproars and wars, rumors of wars and uproars of the people, okay? They, what Yahweh Shai says, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, okay? And this is a primary example of Esau, Edom, the whole world coming upon him, because even though this is in China, who runs China? Who pretty much funds them? The Edomites, man, okay? They got it lock, stock, and barrel because they dealing with the American dollar, so to speak. Though they own majority of America's assets, without China, America can't survive, okay? And the fact that you have these Moabites over there working in a sweat factory for $30 a month to make a $15 to $30 phone, which you come over here in the United States and sell it for hundreds of dollars, which Apple is a freaking $3 trillion company, man. Okay, I believe they make like $3 trillion annually or a year, if I'm not mistaken, because the products are so popular. Okay, these are supposed to be like the most advanced phones in the world outside of the Galaxy Notes with Samsung, which is a pretty stable competition with Apple. They're neck and neck, but nonetheless, Apple sometimes takes the cake because of the encryption and the security features and so forth. Everybody wants an iPhone. Like right now, you got the iPhone 14, you got the 14 Pro, 14 Plus, and then you got the 14 Pro Max. I went to the Apple store not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, to get some repairs, and it was like it's a 5-week out hiatus on the new Apple 14 with the iPhone 14 Pro Max. 5 weeks due to the mass demand. Now you have shortages, and now you have people that's rioting and protesting because of their pay, man. And that's another thing too. I remember a couple of years ago it was a similar event, that basically these, I believe it was like in India, if I'm not mistaken, one of the Apple factories, these engineers bringing home 40, $50 a month to make a $12 phone that these CEOs and corporations are making billions of dollars on these particular products, man. Okay, and I think that 14 Pro Max, I think that motherfucker's like $10.99, so $1,100 phone, which costs them 40, $50 to make, and yet you paying those people less than double of that wage. So you see how pissed off they are because they understand that they're oppressed, man. And that's what happens when you have a devil in power. Okay, that's oppressing everything and everybody. And that's why Yahweh Shai has these other nations that's gonna come against it because people are tired, man. You know, inflation, then you locking people down, you dictating people's livelihoods. People, you know, they can't afford to feed their families, they can't provide for themselves. The wages are stagnant, rents are going up. You know, this is gonna be in America real soon. Okay, this is gonna be the primary norm of Babylon the Great because, hey, over here, mass inflation is getting ready to hit. Okay, we're at 9%, 9.5% inflation. Hey, what's going to stop it from going up to 10, 12, 13%? And wages remain stagnant as the dollar collapse. Like in the UK, they're talking about 18, 19% inflation rate. Okay, so this is prophecy here, man. And hey, man, call Allah Yahweh Shai because this is going to be a world event sooner than later. People are going to be rioting and looting and protesting, and they're going to be taken to pretty much slay the governors, man, and the people that's in power. One video that came out about the gig work, I believe people were kind of boycotting or protesting, rideshare or Uber or Lyft. Okay, in certain countries, people are like, fuck this shit. You know, same thing here. People are not getting paid enough. The wages are stagnant, and yet people can't afford to live, but yet they have so much demand on work. They want you to work all these hours a day, but yet the pay is shitty, and then on top of that, you can't afford to live. So when you dummies over here in America are going to realize and wake up and smell that you've been pretty much fed the same pot of BS. Okay, this is because you're dealing with a wage that allows you to live beyond your means. Doesn't mean that is a probable aspect of this dollar that's not collapsing. Okay, because the dollar is really collapsing, man. And if you people understand the type of case you're in, that this is a third world country now, okay, minus the with the gimmicks. Then you people, you'll wake up and smell of beans, but you people are too docile and too stupid to see what the hell is happening. The fact that you're getting played by the IRS, they're taking money out of your check before you even get it. That you should be the main ones up in war about this tyranny, okay, this corporation that they call a country, which is nothing more but a corporation that's been hijacked by the elites, man. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. It's not that long, but they got videos and stuff here. It says staff clash with security as tension boils over in Zinzao. Hey, man, Moab is turning up, man. Okay, because they understand that Esau is the devil. All right, and they're going against their own country because their own country is sold out to the Edomites. Though they don't like America, but nonetheless, they are still playing ball with them to kind of use that dollar because when that dollar, that dollar is king, man. You know, it holds more than the Chinese yuan, I say that. And they're playing ball with America because it's the world, it's the centralized world. It's the world centralized currency. So it reads, China's Zhongzhou, home to Foxconn's massive iPhone factory. Like I said, the iPhone is a very popular phone, man. Everybody and their mother got a damn iPhone. Why? Because it's a fad. Okay, it's a fad. Apple products, it's all a fad, man. Okay, it says will begin to enforce mobility restrictions across 8 districts in the main urban areas on Friday. It says the reasons, well, authorities blame it on rising COVID infections, though we should note that the new restrictions came as massive unrest has erupted at a factory of more than 200,000 workers. God damn. That's a lot of people, man. Okay, and they're working in a sweatbox for pennies. Same thing with the Jordan sneakers. You know, with the LeBrons, with the Kyries and so forth like that, the Yeezys, the Yays, whatever you want to call it. These people are working in sweat factories, making literally fucking pennies on the dollar while they're coming to the United States and selling this product for hundreds and thousands of dollars, man. And they're not seeing any type of profit of that. Okay, the Chinese government is eating off that, and the American government and the American consumer is getting the benefit. Well, not even the American consumer. They're getting the product, but they're not benefit from it because they're still debt to consumerism, man. You know, But it says Zhongzhou authorities posted a statement on its web chat page on Wednesday about mobility restrictions from Friday through Sunday. But it says at the present, the epidemic situation in our city is still severe and complicated. It says the statement said health officials will conduct daily mass PCR tests, and then they back on this and request that residents in high-risk areas stay within their homes. But it says you can find more about the chaos unfolding at the iPhone factory below. But on Wednesday, unrest broke out at Foxconn's massive iPhone factory in Zhengzhou, central China, reported Bloomberg. It says videos on social media show hundreds of workers, if not more, clashing with security personnel after a month of strict COVID restrictions. Because people are getting tired of being oppressed, man. All right, and they're not getting paid for that shit. It says manufacturers Foxconn confirmed the outbreak of violence and said it will work with local authorities to quote further violence. It says it released a statement said workers were furious about pay and living conditions, right? Esau, because they're not paying these people nothing, man. But regarding any violence, the company will continue to communicate with employees and the government to prevent similar incidents from happening again. And the world's largest producer of iPhones wrote in a statement. It says as for COVID infections increase across Zhengzhou, the iPhone factory Foxconn adopted a closed-loop systems for employees in October, where workers were forced to live on campus while slavery and prohibited from physical contact with the outside world, including family members. So basically, they got their ass in an internment camp, working around the clock. And you think people ain't gonna fucking rise up over that? Well, maybe not these idiots in America, okay? These people fall for any goddamn thing over here. As long as they got their phones and their Snapchats and their Facebooks and their IGs and their laptops and stuff, they don't give a damn. You know, as long as they can get on their phone and tweet and post selfies, man, these people, they will literally live this lifestyle willingly, okay? And it's going to be like that in a minute. But it says then by late October, strict restrictions for workers sparked minor unrest at the facilities. About 200,000 workers. All were banned from eating in public and forced to eat meals back at their dorms. That's straight up slavery, man. FEMA camp, that's tyranny. But early November, while Beijing ramped up its zero COVID policy by locking down the surrounding metro area, workers began to flee the factory. Now, videos posted in Weibo and Twitter that AFP and Reuters have verified all hell appears to have broken out as hundreds of workers clashed with security guards and people in hazmat suits. So, hey, man, this shit is going down, man. Let's look at some of these videos, brothers. Let's look at some of these videos. This is coming to America real soon.
他妈的，警察打人，谁打人呢？他妈的有没有良心？警察他妈打人，他妈的，警察打人，谁打人呢？他妈的有没有良心？
Don't know what the hell they saying, but hey, it looks pretty serious. Look at this. Live it. See, what the fuck is wrong with you Americans, man? How can you allow yourself to get this duped down and this docile to let this place just totally dupe you in a loop? Because honestly speaking, if you had any way of working brain cells, you people would have been trying to take this place out of here. But we understand it's all prophecy through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we understand that you people are totally calcified, man. Okay, you having GMO foods, you got lead in the water, you're breathing the barium oxide from the chemtrails. You know, the list goes on. The poison's totally polluted your mindset. Okay, let's look at this other video real quick, then we get a couple of scripts.
拿手机给我打125，人人有责啊！打125，我也打架了，今天你打什么呀？打125。
不是刚门口警察打人了啊！穿白衣服的全都是郑州市的人民武警啊。
It says a worker who resisted is said to be surrounded by security guards at the Foxconn's plant in Zhengzhou, China's iPhone factory. A lot of people, man, they getting jacked. See what this is talking about. Let me get the precepts.
我操！哇！别过来啊！别过来啊！
All that over some concocted madness. It says they're also frustrated with changes in contract. Originally, they were promised 6,000 yuan bonus for working 2 months, he said. But now management said workers must stay until March. If we catch such and such and are thrown into a quarantine, we wouldn't get the money. Wow. Oppression, 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 man. I don't know how much in American dollars is 6,000 yuan. I mean, we can look it up real quick. We can 6,000 yuan compared to American dollars. Let's see what it says. Past my bedtime, brothers. So let's see. This says 600. No, 6,000. And 6,000 Chinese yuan. Renminbi equals $840.14 in US dollars. Wow, that's not even a whole paycheck, man. Wow, people are totally enslaved over there. And that's what you fucking goose get for believing in this damn devil. You know, because every time I always see a fucking Moabite woman with a Edomite man. This is how stupid you people are. You know, you getting exactly what you deserve, you know. But nonetheless, Esau's still a devil. So let's get a couple of precepts here, man, and we're going to shut it down. All right, so this is the book of Job 20, and I'm going to start at verses 18. It says, that which he labored for shall be restored, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be. When you restore or restitute somebody, it means you give them back. Okay? It says, and he should not rejoice therein, right? It says, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, which this is really talking about Jake. But you had a lot of Israelites among them, Chinese people too. And most of them that work in that sweat factory, I wouldn't doubt if a lot of them were Israelites, man. You know, because they know. But it says, because he had violently taken away a house which he builded not. But it says, surely he should not feel quietness in his belly, and he should not say of that which he desired, and there should be none of his meat left. Therefore should no man look for his goods, and in the fullness of his sufficiency he should be in straits, and every hand of the wicked should come upon him. And that word wicked, let's look it up. I believe it goes into laborers, okay? And it goes into the Hebrew word, what is it? Aimala, okay, which means Aimala, okay, which Aimala, that's the I and the Ma and the La in the Hebrew, which means the laborer, sufferer, the wretched one, laborer, workman, sufferer, toiling, okay, and these people are suffering. Okay, they had to, what is it? It's November, so that's December, January, February, March. So let's say if they've been there 2 months prior, they say 6 months, locked up working. Okay, no outside contact, no family, no real food, but yet you working in a sweat box with an $800 bonus promised to you after March if you don't catch the you dig. This is a goddamn devil we dealing with, man. And I see why the Most High is bringing all these calamities upon Esau. Okay, because the nations are sick of him, man. They're tired of him. And they should be, because, I mean, shit. Not only has he afflicted us, he's afflicted the earth itself. All right? So this is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 5. It say, yea, also because he transgressed by wine. He is a proud man, neither keep it at home, right? Because that's his influence. Though they say China is a communist country, hey, that's up for debate. Because, I mean, honestly speaking, communism, that's even if that shit even exists anymore. But it says, who enlarges his desire as hell and as death and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations and heap to him all people. And this is the result of it. This is what happens when you do dealings with the West. Okay, they come in there, they set up their democracy in their cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Hong Kong, places like that, parts of Malaysia, the Americanized versions of these cities. And then this is what happens. The people become pretty much booty, spoiled. And it says, should not these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? Okay. How long into him that led himself with thick clay, which that's going into the debt. It says, shall they not suddenly rise up and suddenly that shall bite thee, and the wick that shall vex thee, and thou should be booties unto them? Right. Booties is spoiled. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people should spoil thee. And because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. Okay? Because you've covered nations, you've put nations in slavery, you've bombed villages, and you're still doing it to this particular day with no remorse, man. But yet, if anybody pose a threat to the West, you want to go and make up this concocted reason as to taking them over militarily, just so you can take the lands and set up particular central banks to cover their resources, man. And if they promise to play ball with you, you give them a little cut of the pie until you stab them in the back. It's a treacherous devil we're dealing with. But it says, woe to him that cover the evil covetous to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil, man. Okay? And that's the point. People are they coming for your head, man. All right? Let's get another precept here. Got a couple of precepts actually lined up going into this topic. But this is the book of Matthew 24, and I'm going to start at verses 7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There should be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? These riots, man. And they're just going to intensify, okay? Because Esau, Edom, he does not do the people right, okay? He's a demon. And like I said, man, it ain't that we feel sorry for you Moabites, but, you have our people that's among that crowd. Believe it or not, you have a lot of Israelites that look like Moabites, man. All right, so this is Sirach 4:1. It says, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long. Right, and you keeping people in lockdown, you're restricting that access. You're paying them pennies on a dollar. Okay, a phone that make $50 to make, you're selling for $1,100 out here in the States, and a $3 trillion company, man. And these people working like clockwork. Okay, where's the CEOs of these Apple corporations and the elites? Where are they at? They're making the money off this bag. They're collecting the residuals of this thing while people working in sweat factories and shit. And it says, make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. And they're being provoked, and that's the reason why they're rising up against this place. It says, add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give him that is in need. Oh, well, we're going to give you the extra bonus. What was 800 and something bucks again? after they make it throughout their whole term. That's if they make it, and if they don't contract the virus. But if they do contract it, then they're not going to get the money. So it says, add not more trouble to our heart that is vexed, and defer not to give him that is in need. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man, and turn not away thy eye from the needy, and give him no occasion to curse thee. All right, and they cursing you about overthrowing you. You know, on that video with the Uber drivers, I mean, not the Uber drivers, but the CEOs and so forth of those particular corporations, man. They showed them hopping gates. They showed them getting the hell out of Dodge. You know, because people like Bezos, Zuckerberg, man, you know, these other devils. This guy, Elon Musk, bought Twitter for $44 billion, man. Who the hell has that kind of money? You know, like he's sitting up here in his lavish mansion, just sitting behind a computer, oppressing people, getting $1 billion of fucking every month, getting $1 million an hour, man. Just sitting back doing nothing. But yeah, you got people out here working, making $15, $16 an hour, $22 an hour. Get the hell out of here, man. That's why James 5 can't come quick enough, man. You know? But it says here, for if he cursed thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer should be heard of him that made him. And that's the point. People are going to start coming against you, man. And, hey, we're really talking about the well-being of our people. Okay, we don't give a damn about Moab like that, man. He ain't nobody. But regardless, like I said, you got Jake's in this predicament. Okay, even over here in the United States, you got Jake that's suffering. You know, rents, freaking one-bedroom apartment, $1,100. And Jake making $18 an hour. How the hell he's going to afford that? And the fact that the demand for energy, the energy crisis we're dealing with, and the fact we're getting ready to have a cold winter, bills are getting ready to go up, you know? That's why the best thing, man, honestly speaking, brothers, man, like right now, is to really just focus on this truth, man, and keep your eggs in the basket of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and try to stay on top of everything, because we're getting ready to have to be pilgrims in a minute, because this is going to come crashing down on all of our heads, brothers. And that's just real talk. So we got to keep our head on a spiritual swivel and understand the prophecies and know that the Most High is getting ready to drop this place like a bad habit, man. And we got to be ready for it, brothers, because, hey, any moment now, all your possessions, your jobs, your money, your fortune, your video games, your vehicles, that shit going to be left behind, man. It's only temporal. You know, you enjoy it to get you through the time, but overall, this is forever. Like the scriptures say, the earth and heaven should pass away, but my words endure forever. Which the earth and heavens goes until this first rulership, but the words of the Heavenly Father endure forever. Okay, so this is the book of 2 Esdras 9:1, and I'm going to shut it down. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou now the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs patch which I've told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, what we're witnessing now, okay, uproars, I mean, over 200,000 workers, that's crazy. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, man. So, hey, brothers, man, we in them times. But anyway, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and Abba Ball.